Hey guys, so it is currently almost 7:30 in the morning. I'm taking a rest day from the gym and I plan on cleaning up the house today. I mean, I clean every day, we know this, but yeah, so let's put it this way. Yesterday was a canning day, so we did a whole bunch of canning things and I went to bed at like 10 o'clock, 10:30. That's literally when I got home, which usually I'm asleep way earlier than that. I didn't even put any of the cans away. I just put them on the counters because, you know, once they're sealed, they don't have to be in the fridge. But just put them on the counters and I was like, I need to go to bed. Now I get to put them away this morning. And like I said, I wasn't gonna try and wake up super early to go to the gym. I told Trey, I was like, no, I'm just gonna take a rest day tomorrow and call it a day. So let's just start cleaning so I can get this show on the road.
Is it enough? I know you need it more now. I will be closing the door,
yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I don't know why I had this guy apart, but we did a ton of canning at Trey's mom's house. We split everything for the most part and whatnot. Like, I only bring over what I want or think we'll eat and use. So they're all sealed. We did dill pickles this time, and then we did a little bit of bread and butter. This was actually bread and butter that we did last time we canned, but you get the idea. So just all these pickles. We also did salsa, but this was just the first batch of salsa we did. We do way more because the tomatoes just started, you know, picking up speed in the garden. So I was in no rush to bring salsa over. Pickles lately, I've been on a heck of a kick eating them all the time. So when we do pickles, we do like these kind, like circles, slices, whatever, and we also do spears. I cannot get enough of pickles, both dill and the bread and butter. And I'm not a spicy person, but we actually started putting red pepper flakes in them, so some are hot, some are mild, and by hot I mean hot for me, which is not hot at all to Trey. Mild, Trey doesn't even recognize. So there's that. We did that even for the dills. Like I said, game changer. These are so freaking good. I will never not do pickles now. So now that I got all the jars put away, I wanted to clear off the drying mat and put all my dry dishes away from earlier this morning before I went to the gym. I don't know why, I just really enjoy having a clean, uncluttered drying mat, so that way as I eat throughout the day and do my dishes, it's not like I'm trying to Tetris the drying mat. So now that everything is off the drying mat and whatnot, I just wanted to wipe down the counters, give them a good scrub/wipe before I ran La Machina, because I like to just try and get everything onto the floor before I run the vacuum, so that way I don't have to run the vacuum, put everything on the floor, and then vacuum again.
Soak it all up, but it's me that I'm losing. It's confusing. I've been laying on the floor, holding the ceiling above me.
So then I just decided to wipe down the stove. And there were a few spots that just needed some degreaser, so that's what I did there. And I needed to scrub it, so I grabbed our cleaning sponge that's scrubby to actually get all up on the stove. Then I sprayed my vinegar cleaner into the sink, scrubbed that. Then I took actual soap and scrubbed the sink again because I just felt like it needed extra love. Usually I scrub the sink with soap. I don't always use the vinegar in there. And then I also spray it with bleach too. So it's just whatever I feel like doing that day. Now I moved on to the living room. The ottoman was kind of cluttered with paperwork and stuff. So I just cleared off the ottoman, decided it needed a good wipe down and dusting. So I definitely should have dusted it first before spraying it and wiping it, because the dust just got all stuck to my rag and it didn't really go as smoothly as it could have if I just dusted it first before wiping it down.
Yeah, I'm coming home. I need some relief.
And then the TV stand also needed a good wipe down, so I just got to work on that. And then while I was at it, I was like, oh, you know what? My bedroom TV stand also needs to get wiped down. So I decided to just wipe that down and then wipe down the nightstands on both sides just to get that done and out of the way. And while I had my rag out and I was going to town, my makeup desk needed to get wiped down. As you can see, there's tons of makeup that gets on it. I actually just sprinkle my setting powder sometimes directly onto the desk because it's used and abused. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to keep this desk in absolute pristine condition. I got it used, and actually I got it for free. So I'm not really super concerned. I mean, I'm not trying to trash it, but I know the setting powder wipes off, so I'm not concerned about having setting powder on my makeup desk. That's what it's there for. Then I emptied out La Machina. As you can see, it was full of dog hair and whatnot. I run it pretty much every day or every other day still, and I love it. Sometimes I get to the point where I'm running it every day, and then I check it, and I can tell it's not picking up much because the house is clean, so then I might let it go for a day or two before running it again. So while La Machina was running, which I always try to be on the stairs while it's running, or else sometimes I start trusting it and then it takes a tumble down the stairs and it's a problem. So I was vacuuming our stairs and our little landing area while La Machina ran, so that way I could keep an eye in case it was about to fall, because sometimes you think, oh, it just went here, it's not coming back this way, and then out of nowhere it gets confused and it just goes full speed ahead down the stairs. Literally, that has happened to me I don't know how many freaking times. And it is so sad and frustrating and annoying because one time I thought it broke, but it didn't. Oh, but it was just, that thing takes me on an emotional roller coaster sometimes. Anyway, so I'm moving on to vacuuming downstairs after finishing up the rest of the stairs. And downstairs doesn't get too dirty or too crazy, I don't think, at least. Just where we come in and out through the doors. But the rest of it isn't too crazy because usually our workout shoes that don't really leave the house, so they're kind of like house shoes but sneakers, so getting all around the weights doesn't get too dirty other than the usual dust and Nima running around with her dog hair and things like that. So I don't always vacuum down here every day or every other day. It's more like once a week or every other week.
We know the song.
And then I started mopping, but I realized my sprayer seemed like it was a little clogged, so that was weird. But I wanted to get a solid mopping session done. And when I say solid mopping session, what I mean is spraying a lot of cleaner and a lot of product on the floor and getting it super wet and mopped. Sometimes I don't completely soak the floor. This is one of those soaking the floor days where, I mop and then I have to let it dry for 30 minutes or so because I spray so much on there. And I do that about once a week. It's just how I've been rolling, but this whole week has been raining, so I find myself mopping a little more where Nima comes in and out through this top door because she gets her paw footprints everywhere. So I just like to try to keep it clean. I mean, I know you can't have a perfectly clean house all the time, but I try my hardest,
Is it enough? I know you need it more now. I will be closing the door, yeah. Closing the door, yeah. Whoa. I will be closing the door, yeah. Whoa. I will be closing the door, yeah.
So now into the bathroom, I have our little spray cleaner that you spray on blue and it turns white when it's ready, but as you can see, it turns white pretty fast. So I just spray it on wherever I need to clean, and then I go to the first area that I sprayed, and that's what I scrub first. So since I sprayed the sink first, I use the scrubby side of an old sponge, and I just scrub the sink out. Our sink really doesn't get super dirty or anything though, so there's not much to be scrubbing, but it makes me feel good about it, knowing that I scrubbed the sink. And then I moved on to the shower. Shower gets kind of dirty. I mean, I can definitely tell it's dirtier when we take baths in it more often and frequently and use bath bombs and things like that. But I still like to try to scrub it weekly just to keep up with it, because if you let the shower get dirty, then it's just kind of gross. So always scrubbing the shower, and then luckily in the shower we have the little handheld, so I can just use that to rinse everything off and down the drain. Now that I was done with all of that, it was time for some coffee, and I decided I wanted to French press the coffee because Trey talked me into it, and he was at work, so I didn't really ask him how to do it, and I didn't care to look it up because I know it's not that hard or anything, but I just didn't know exactly how much coffee to put into the bottom of this French press or how high to fill it up with the hot water. I put way too many coffee grounds in there and filled it up super high. It was just a process. But now I know instead of doing 3 tablespoons, I really only need 1.5 tablespoons. Whoops. And then just fill the water to the top and you'll be fine. And then I was refilling the espresso machine's water because that's what I tend to use for hot water. I know I could use a Keurig, but I prefer the espresso machine for hot water and the Keurig for just Keurig coffee.
On the floor, holding the ceiling above me.
So I use the iced cinnamon roll 0-calorie sugar-free syrup in my coffee, and you see me do a few pumps, but it's because there's no syrup in the pump whenever I use it, so I have to get it going a few times. But I only use 1 pump, and then I do a few pumps of the salted caramel whipped foam topping that's also calorie-free, and that is it for my cleaning day. Okay guys, so that is it for this clean with me video. I got more done than I thought I would get done, so that's good. Not that I couldn't get everything done. I have, you know, plenty of time. It's more like the motivation part of things. So now that I'm done, it is 10:15 in the morning, so it's still nice and early. I can still go out and get anything I need to do outside of the house done. I don't know because I haven't done my to-do list for the day, and I just had my first cup of coffee. You saw me make it. I French pressed it because I just wanted to reward myself a little bit, and usually I'm too impatient to French press coffee and then wait for it. So there's that. But Trey convinced me to French press it this morning, so I'm all done with that. I might have to go outside and mow and weed whack and, you know. So I'm going to drink my coffee, figure out the rest of my to-do list. I think I need to run to Walmart today. I don't know. I'll see what Trey thinks. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.